Today we're going to be setting up an integrated control system or stage heating system. So let's go ahead and get started. So first thing we're going to do in our Flair app is we're going to sign in. This is asking if we want to use the background location. Sure. Let's go ahead and create a home. First step, naming the home. Enter my address. Yeah, we can go ahead and make this our default home. When you're doing stage heating, we consider this sort of a mini split system. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Now you got some options, but the Bridge Pro is really the most cost-effective and simplest to install. That's what we recommend. But if a customer already has smart thermostats on their boiler zones, perfectly reasonable to go down that path. So we're going to pick the bottom option here. All right. Now you have two options, but we're going to do the Bridge Pro and Bridge path in this demo. So go ahead and add the bridge. I've plugged it in. I'm waiting for the blue pulsing light. I see that. And I want to use Wi-Fi in this demo. It's going to ask for the specific code that you'll find on the bottom of the bridge. Punch that in. My phone wants to join the bridge's Wi-Fi network. I'll hop on that. The bridge will look for the Wi-Fi networks in the home. I'll proceed with that and give the bridge a chance to connect to Wi-Fi. Once it's connected, it will start pulsing orange. If you see, a little bit of a light show, don't be alarmed. We push a lot of firmware updates to improve the experience on our products. Great. It's pulsing orange. So that's all we need to do for the bridge. Now it's time to add the Bridge Pro. In this case, we're going to be setting up a boiler. Select that top option. I'll hit next. Now think about your placement. You're going to want to place this unit to ensure as strong an RF or radio connection as possible. You'll see here I'm going to install a little wood plaque. I'm going to drop this sticker onto this plywood plaque. Let's go ahead and do that. Then I'm going to drill some pilot holes. Then I'm going to screw in the little screws that are included. And from there, I'm going to hang the Bridge Pro. Now we have two power options, USB power, and then the other option is 24 volt. We'll go ahead and show you the 24 volt path because that's ultimately how I'm going to wire this. You may have a red or a white, doesn't really matter, but the most important is that you've got a COM and an RRC, and they're going to go into the bottom two pins on the Bridge Pro. We'll hit next and we see the Bridge Pro, right? So we've already found it. And that's pretty much all you need to do to get the Bridge Pro online. So let's go ahead and add the puck pros. Power on your pucks. It's as simple as putting some batteries in. Okay, we found the two puck pros. Assign those to rooms. Now I've got a ductless head in my den. So assign that to the den. And then I've also got one, my primary bedroom. Assigned to primary bedroom. Now we're ready to add the mini splits. I will go ahead and demonstrate how to add a Mitsubishi. So let's add the Mitsubishi to the den. And then what you'll typically do is punch in the number on the back of the handset. Okay. Once you enter in that, your puck has 3 IR beams, so make sure that you're thinking about placement. The puck distance, don't exceed 20 feet when you're actually installing it. Now the puck is going to download its IR codes. It's going to briefly connect to Wi-Fi. It shows the IR settings, so that's great. We'll test the model number. Yep, that worked well. The device responded, so we're good. We're golden. That mini split is good to go. Let's go ahead and add the second one. In this case, let's do Daikin. And I'll just select a code set. Next. Great. It shows its settings, or it shows that it's ready to test. The test worked. And then I'm all done. My mini splits are added. So we'll go ahead and hit next. Now we're ready to wire the Bridge Pro. Go ahead and hit add zone. The den is overlapping with this boiler zone. You can either keep your existing thermostat that's on the wall for your boiler and use the bridge to lock it out, or you can have the Puck Pros and the Bridge Pro controlling your boiler system entirely. So we're going to go ahead and demonstrate keep the existing thermostat. Obviously, what you want to do is not work on a live system, so go ahead and kill power to the boiler. You can see how you splice in this case, right? So you just have a red and a white, or an R and a W. What you need to do is just grab one of the legs. So you grab the white leg. You'll run a new Bridge Pro cable into that strain reliever. Tie one of the legs on the Bridge Pro cable to the white leg that you took off. And then the other leg on the Bridge Pro cable will go back to the terminal that you previously took the wire off of. Now on the Bridge Pro side, go ahead and push the Bridge Pro cable into zone A terminals 1 and 2. Now go ahead and restore power on your boiler. Now let's go ahead and run upstairs and max out the thermostat for this zone. And just to make sure that the thermostat is calling while we test that the Bridge Pro is able to turn the system on and off. Cool, now go ahead and hit test zone on. Give it a little bit of time, maybe up to 10, 20 seconds. And what you should see is that the light next to zone A on the Bridge Pro will click on. You'll probably hear the relay click. So that turned on, no problem. So we'll hit zone turned on. All right, so now we can go ahead and just turn that zone back off. Give that a second, and you should see the zone turn off. Great. In this case, we're leaving the thermostat in the living space. Go ahead and put that back to a reasonable setting. I actually like to recommend 75. So I think 75 is nice because you'll never way overheat or anything like that. So let's go ahead and do another zone. So now we're going to do zone B with the primary bedroom. All right, so same kind of splicing on the Bridge Pro. Go ahead and wire these up to 3 and 4. But we're going to go up on the thermostat, max out the set point. Test the zone turns on, and let's test that the zone turns off. Great. Now let's go back and restore the thermostat set point, and you're done. That's all you need to do to wire the Bridge Pro. So we'll hit done wiring zones now. Now let's go ahead and configure stage heating. You could configure these with different settings for each zone. I'm going to go ahead and say that we just configure both at once. Most programs recommend locking out the mini splits. We'll go ahead and select the mini splits should turn off. So we want the trigger for the staging in our case to be an outdoor temperature. That's the most common. Most programs really prefer an outdoor temperature changeover. Mini splits around, I would say 25, depending upon, what kind of coverage you've got, start to lose set point. So the balance point is probably somewhere around there. So that's what I would recommend. And then 30 is when you would switch back. So you kind of have a dead band between 25 and 30 where whatever system was running stays running. Now, if you want your boiler to heat up before you take heat away from the mini splits, you could set this to say, however much time you think it's going to take for that to heat up. I'd say maybe give it 10 minutes, kind of a nice amount of time so that, you're not without BTUs. So that's a nice little feature. So we'll go ahead and hit done, and setup is complete. Your house is ready. If you need to add more devices, more zones, more mini splits, more whatever, you can do it. It's going to auto change over, to these different stages. You've got scheduling. You can change your mode if you want to only run heat or only want to run cool. And that should be, an awesome integrated control system for a customer.